Dear students, in this lecture we will see how to draw the state diagram for a convolutional encoder. In the previous lecture we have seen how to draw the state transition table for a convolutional encoder, and here, as we have already discussed, any convolutional encoder can be represented as n, k, m, where n is the number of output lines and k is the input lines and m is the number of shift resistors. As an example, in the last lecture we have taken a 2, 1, 2 convolutional encoder, and here 2 is the number of output lines, 1 is the number of input lines, and the next 2 is the number of shift resistors. This was a block diagram that we have taken for the 2, 1, 2 convolutional encoder. We can see here we have two shift resistors, S1 and S0, and two outputs, that is output 1 and output 2, so there is an input line. Okay, and as we have discussed, beginning of the convolutional encoder working, okay, so the contents of the shift resistors will be always taken as 0, that is where S1 is equal to 0 and S0 is equal to 0 is mentioned here. Now moving ahead, so we have the state transition table constructed in the previous lecture, so for a 2, 1, 2 convolutional encoder shown in the figure. With this state transition table, so today we will try to construct the state diagram. So for that, first we will make some modifications in the state transition table. So let us assume here A is equal to 0, 0, then B is equal to 0, 1, then C is equal to 1, 0, and D is equal to 1, 1. What we are making is as we see here, there are four states, okay, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1 state. So in order to represent these four states, I am taking some variables. 0, 0 represents the state A, 0, 1 represents state B, 1, 0 represents state C, and similarly 1, 1 represents the state D. Now when we transform this state transition table into this, so we can have here wherever the S1, S0 shows 0, 0, so we will replace that with a A. Okay, so here we can make the entries. This is 0, 0 we can see here, so the present state will become A here, and the next state here again 0, 0. For this 0, 0 I have entered this A, and for this 0, 0 I am entering A here. Similarly, for this 0, 0 I am entering A, and for this 1, 0, you see here 1, 0 is C, so I am entering C. So this 0, 1 is B here, then we have 0, 0. For this 0, 0 I am entering A, then we have 0, 1, so for 0, 1 it is B, and for this 1, 0 we have 1, 0 is C, then for 1, 0 it is C, and for 0, 1 it is B, so for 1, 0 it is C, and for 1, 1 it is D. Similarly for 1, 1 it is D here, then we have 0, 1, for 0, 1 it is B, for 1, 1 it is D, and for 1, 1 it is D. So we have made all the entries here. Now the outputs will remain same as it is. I'll just make the entries here. So this is 0, 0, this is 1, 1, and here we have a 0, 1, then we have a 1, 0, then 1, 1, and 0, 0, then 1, 0, then we have finally 0, 1. So now this is the modified state transition table. Making use of this, we can easily construct the state diagram. Okay, so let us copy this and move to the next slide. In the next slide here, I will just place that state transition table. Okay, so now we will make a state diagram. So let us mark here how many states we have. A is one state, B is another state, C is one more state, and D is another state. So we have a 4 states. So I have taken 4 circles here, and I'm writing for this states A, B, C, and D. I'm just randomly writing this A, B, C, D, 4 states with 4 circles. Now let us look into the state transition table and construct the diagram. Okay, so now observe here. So when we have the state A, when the present state is A, that is this state, okay, so we are moving to the next state, that is A itself. That means if we are moving back to the same, we will loop back like this. I'm moving back to the same state. Present state is A, and moving back to the state A itself, that is the next state. So with an input 0, I'm writing input 0 here in the numerator and the output 0 0 in the denominator. So the denominator term here indicates the output variable values and the numerator will indicate the input variable value. Next, so we have a from the state A we are moving to C. So observe now, from state A we are moving to state C, that is this line. Here the input is 1 and the output is 1 1. Now from state A we have completed both the combinations. When it is 0 it is looping back, when it is 1 it is going to the state C. Now similarly from state B we can see. So from state B we are moving to state A. So from state B we are moving to state A here like this, with an input of 0 and an output of 0 1. Similarly, when we are in state B we are moving to state C. So state B to state C with an input of 1 and an output of 1 0. Similarly, we will move from state C. From state C we are moving to state B, C to B. So let me just mark this line. We're moving like this. Arrow marks are important here. C to B with a input of 0 and an output of 1 1. Okay. So now we'll move from C to D. So observe here, C to D. So C to D with an input of 1, output of 0 0. Then we are moving from D to B. So D to B. This is the line. Let me just take another color. This is D to B with 0 input and output as 1 0. You can see 0 input and output as 1 0. Then from D to D it's looping back. So we'll loop back here from D to D. So the input is 1 and the output is 0 1. So this is the state diagram we can say. So this completes the state diagram. Now one more step we will take that is how to encode the data using this state diagram or the state transition table. Okay, so first let us understand from the state transition table how we can encode the data. So here I have the state transition table. Let us assume that we have to encode some text, so which is 1 0 1 1 0. Let us imagine. So now if I want to encode this, what I have to do? So for this first one, I will see my input is 1 in the initial state. That is, when I'm in initial state is A state. So when 1 comes, what it is doing? It is producing an output of 1 1. Okay, so the output is 1 1. And then what it is doing? It is moving from state A to C. That means I have to jump from A to C state. Now the next state is C. That C is now I have to observe. Now when I'm in C state, when the input is 0, observe here, when the input is 0, when I'm in C state, so the output is going to be 1 1. So I'll be writing 1 1 here. Now what is the next state for this? That is B. So I'll move from here to B state. Okay, so I'll move from here to B state, and here when the input is 1, when the input is 1 means I have to look into this one. The corresponding output is 1 0. Similarly, when I'm moving from when I'm in B state, so the next state is going to be C here. This state, observe. From B we are moving to C state. Observe here. So the C state and the input is 1. C state input is 1. Where is that C state input is 1? B to C state with an input of 1. So observe here, 1 corresponds to that output is 0, 0. Okay. So now when you are in C state and the next input is 0, you are moving to you are in D state. The next state is D. So when you are in D state with an input of 0, that means you have to come from here to here. So you are going to B state with an output of 1, 0. So the final encoded data is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0 and 1, 0. This is using the state transition table. Now let us do the same thing with the state diagram. Let me just copy this first. Okay, so here I have a state diagram, right? So let us encode the same data. Okay, so we're going to encode the same data. Now what we do here, so when the input is 1, okay, so we are in the state A now. When the input is 1, we are moving to this state. I'll just highlight like this. We are moving here. So with an output of say 1, 1. Okay, and we are in the state C now. When I'm in state C, when the input is 0, 0 means I have to move like this. So it is producing an output of 1, 1. You can see here 1, 1. Then when I'm in state B, my input is 1. When I'm in state B, when the input is 1, I'll be coming back to C state with an output of 1, 0. So corresponds to this, it is 1, 0. Now when I'm in state C, when I'll get an input of 1, so I'll be moving to state D like this with an output of 0, 0. Then finally we have from D state input is 0. So that means we are going to B state with an output of 1, 0. So if you just take that previous output and I'll compare here. So this is the output I got from the state table, and this is the output I am getting from the state. Both are same. You can see here 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So either you use state diagram or the state transition table. So the data will be encoded will be same here. So this is how we can use the state diagram and the state transition table for encoding any data of a convolutional encoder. Okay, so we'll stop here, and in the next lecture we will be seeing some code trees and other topics. Okay, till then, take care. Thanks for watching this video.